You're live.
All right. Assalamu alaikum. I say it one more time. Assalamu alaikum. I pray all is well tonight. Sitting here in the belly of the beast. 2025. Going into the month of fall. Open up with prayer in the most holy name of Almighty God Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, who was come and has come to restore we who were lost from our own kingdom of Islam, and to destroy those who have destroyed us. Thou, our God, Lord, thou, we are thy people. Deliver us from our murders. We serve and obey thee all the days of our lives. We teach our children to submit to thee, to that unequal love and mercy for thou. And thanks to you, O Allah, for making manifest to us our enemy, the devil. And help us, O Allah, to live the life without the death of a Muslim. I bear witness no God but thee. And I bear witness the most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad is your last and greatest apostle. Thank you, Allah, for this day. Thank you for this gift of life. Thank you for the life-giving teachings. I pray, Allah, you move the heart of the devil from thee, as well as the black nation. Assalamu alaikum. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. It's good to be in front of you tonight. As Brother Shadi used to say, it's good to be seen. I haven't been on in about a week out from Invest Fest. And, you know, I would like to say Invest Fest was a great event. But I always take away the good from something. And I can see outside of our Savior's Day that the minister has in Chicago, and the Invest Fest is a great event because it shows us as a people can come together in peace, love, and harmony, work together, pool resources, sit down, talk to one another, express one another's self. It's just a great event. Black people not coming to pop their fingers and to be entertained, coming to get the knowledge, the wisdom. I talked to so many people at Invest Fest, from the young, the old, the women, the children. And everybody was coming to get some type of piece of knowledge on what we should be doing or what they should be doing to elevate themselves into a greater state of being. Some say the Renaissance. And then as I sit back and analyze and look at things that's on social media, look at the narratives, look at the information that's being pushed toward us and the pictures that are being painted of us as a people, all the TV stations, the radio stations, and social media. And there's a lot of negative depiction of us. You see us attacking one another. You see us fighting. You see us doing lots of negative things. And you look at it and you say, well, we're not the only ones on the planet in America that's having issues in our community. But this is the narrative that's being painted, and we've been bombarded with it, and we tend to run with it. But I beg to differ. There's also a very positive narrative going on amongst us. So Black people want change. Young men want change. Young women want change. There's a level of respect and honor and appreciation that I see amongst us. And I see this narrative, it just come every day. I mean, I see black broadcasters, influencers, they pushing this narrative as well. Some push that negative narrative to sell items to us. And, everybody is striving to benefit off of the plight of black people in America, but we're much bigger than that, black people. We're the best of the best. We're some of the greatest people that's been born and put on this planet up to this time. And I would like to say we want freedom, justice, and equality and equal protection up under the law. But the key is we have to set up a program for self-development where we can just start going and doing for ourselves. Elijah Muhammad set up a economic blueprint for us. It's very simple. He set up a program where we can take before Congress and present our case. But we've been AI to a narrative to think about ourselves being less than just being criminal minded. You see where they push a narrative about these little young rappers. They become millionaires. And you sit back and you think, you brother got 50, 60, 70 million dollars, and you want to come back to the hood and be a damn criminal. You want to come back to the hood and set up criminal enterprise where you hunting one another, this organization against one another, and all these other type of things, and you brother don't have the strength. I think you've been run by the CIA or the government in some type of official capacity to be criminals when you don't even have to be into that anymore, but you're allowed to come back home and sit at the head of the table. And you brothers ain't even qualified to even sit at the head of the table because you're too weak to deal with this beast. And you get in bed with them and you fold. But I met young men, POPKEYS. What can I do? What should I be doing? How should we be operating? Because I'm always telling you it's about takeover time. What should we be doing? Or how can we get better at what we're doing out here to make a better outcome for ourselves and our people and our families? Our people want to change. There's young men and women out here want to change for the better. They want something different. They're not looking at the world the way y'all presenting it to them. They want something different. They want a new, righteous world to come in, and they want to be a part of it. But we're in such a hell of a trick bag. Example, when you have the president and the government of America want to send in troops into all the major cities, particularly where black leadership, so-called black leadership, black people sit. But the crime rate is, they say, is up. Some say it's down. And you look at the whole political system with the Democratic Party, the Reptilian Party, the Republicans, and how we've been played and manipulated. The so-called civil rights movement, the so-called voting our way up out of this situation. Look like we voted our way into a hell of a trick. Example, the so-called politicians or black people mostly occupied, the majority have been allowed to decay. You got trash all over the streets. You got open drug market. You got dope fiends just nodding all over the place. You got what seems to be a higher crime rate than Wells Fargo, North Dakota, where they ambushing police left and right now. The white boys, they going into school just gunning down innocent children. But look how we've been played through this whole process of being set up by both parties, not just by one, by both political parties have set us up. Black politicians have let us down. They owned by APEC, bought and sold, owned. They don't represent us. Walk through the major cities of America, look at them, where we live. There's no real crime fighting going on. It's just occupation. You have police bringing in drugs. You got a lot of corrupt police officers, corrupt politicians. You very seldom see your political leaders walking through the community. There's a crime now. They want to disappear you by being homeless. They want to hide you from a situation that they caused and created through their capitalist system. Our school systems are in bad shape. I listened to the brothers in the EYL when they went into Silicon Valley and some of their major corporate headquarters. And they said they really didn't see any black people. What they saw were the Indians and the Asians running this technology. So it tells me that our school system has purposely dumbed us down. I heard Trump say the other day they need to stop hiring the Indian because the white man even ain't sitting at the table. You understand what I'm saying? But I was so encouraged to see the young people come to POPKEYS and ask for this information. A lot of young women period, came out and spoke about the information they've been receiving from my son and myself and some of my other sons, with the information that they could use to draw from to grow with. This is what we need. I met young men that's very, very, very gifted in AI technology and want to bring this knowledge to the people. And I'll be having them come on. One brother named Nicole, well, he named the company after his daughter, that won that AI contest with the technology, $125,000 check. I'm gonna have him come on because he said, man, look, this knowledge is just so simple. And I asked him, would you be willing to come on? He said, yes, sir. To teach it to our people, our young people that's sitting at home, they're being dumbed down in the public school systems of America. Got another brother that was teaching on robotics. He had a robot going through the crowd and stuff. He wants to come on and bring this knowledge. He wants to bring real knowledge that's going to give real solutions to our plight so we can have self-development and raise up. I'm not so much concerned with what these white boys are doing, because you can see the play. The stuff I was going to give you, when they wanted to go into Chicago, all of a sudden they had a mass shooting in Chicago, they say over the weekend. It seemed just like a psyop. Looked like this was set up because every time they have these type of shootings, they never bust anybody. They got technology and cameras all over the city of Chicago. You understand? But this is a setup by your government agency, the CIA, National Security, Homeland Security, whatever else alphabet board that they have to come in and run these operations, can justify what they want to do. And, you know, I'm pretty cool on recognizing who you are. And I see a lot of black podcasters. One in particular, he just jumped on that narrative, but he never gave the other narrative, how this could be a government-run operation. Even when they had the young female rapper where she was doing a showcase, and you had somebody come by and spray up the place and shot up a lot of people. Understand? But they never bust anybody. Ask the question, why? I believe these are government-sponsored operations to further their agenda and justify what they want to do into our community. And I can say this, I can say these so-called led democratic cities have been allowed to fester crime, because crime is big business in America. A lot of things that you see could have been stopped or shut down have been allowed to take place. When you let 20 million so-called immigrants come into the country and flood our community, and you give resources to someone that just came into the country, while our people have been sleeping under bridges, sitting on Section 8 and barely can get an EBT card. And these people get thousands and thousands of dollars in aid and assistance. You got to ask yourself this question. What's really, really going on? We got old textbooks in our schools in our neighborhood, and our children can barely read, write, and comprehend. We have street organizations on every block set up by the CIA itself, that they took out the leadership years ago and locked them up. Why you think they got Larry Hoover, Jeff Ford, and all these other brothers locked up in Supermax? So they can't have that influence. Think about all this, you didn't have all that until they were removed from the picture. These are government-ran operations on us, Black people. But I'm so enthused by the young people and the people that I encountered in the Invest Fest. There is a change coming. There's a big change coming for us Black people in America. We're going to bring about this change. Don't buy into the negative. We need to aid, assist, and protect one another. We need to dress it up and cover it down. Some of you say you don't believe in God or the devil. But one thing I know you do believe in is the gun and money. To me, that's the same damn thing. You understand? You'd rather get a gun and a little money, but then you making money off the misery of Black people. I just peep game, recognize game. You understand what I'm saying? Because POPKEYS have been there and still there. You understand? A lot of things you brothers say y'all doing or striving to do, I done completed the circle. You understand what I'm saying? I done completed that circle. Because I've been fighting for freedom, justice, equality, and fighting for our people for as long as I can remember. And I've been tested, attempted murders, locked down more than once through the government of America. Get back out, put the flag back up, show them we ain't rolling over. Been betrayed. But I never put myself in a position where I could be taken out. But when you do this work of Elijah, you know God is in the center. He's always got your back. So I can see. I don't have to know you see your treachery. You understand? I can see your moves. I know what charlatans are. I know what provocateurs are. I've experienced all of these things. I know what it takes to take a dead man or a dead woman and bring life into him, using the teaching of the most humble Elijah Muhammad, and then setting up a system within the system that's conducive to the nature of our people, that can help our people grow within the belly of the beast. All our people just need those type of things in place, that type of leadership and that type of commitment. I know a lot of brothers that don't know, but think they know. You understand? I know a lot of brothers reach a certain level of understanding and think they got it, but they don't understand why they're still stuck right there. They can't grow. You understand? Somehow I'm taught and raised. You understand? Instead of coming and getting advice, I tell you how to go over the hump, brother. But sometimes you got to learn on your own. And sometimes it's when you have that commitment to the bigger picture of Allah Himself, you're gonna be asked the question, brother, why you still dealing with this situation? Why you still dealing with these people? You understand? Because they're not 100% committed like you are. Their Lord is not 100% to you. It don't matter. You understand? Because my commitment is to Allah in the big picture. You understand? I know you can work with men and women, and everybody ain't on the same level. Some had to grow. Some had to develop. Some men and women never had power or had leadership, and they become narcissistic. You understand? When you're in a circle, you wanna run the whole circle, think you got all the knowledge in the circle. What's the need of having a circle? You understand? But you got to have patience and see your little brothers and your little sisters grow and develop. You understand? These are the things that we're going to deal with, growing and developing as a nation of people. And I had a great time talking to my Muslim brothers. Brothers come up, sit down. We had a nice, good conversation with my Muslim brothers because, I be hitting one another up, but we fruit. Understand? Tough love, tough talk. But we gonna always dress it up and cover it down on one another's back. So it's a great, 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 great environment, great experience. And I see the future of the black man, woman, and child in America growing to be the head of our planet. We got some beautiful brothers and sisters out here. Don't let nobody tell you any damn thing different. You understand what I'm saying, black folks? The knowledge is being given to them. Brothers done changed their lives. They have grown. And it just encourages me more to do more. And this job is not an easy job. I've known a lot of brothers. I know some brothers done kind of, I say used to we be in this world, but not part of it. But a lot of brothers have kind of fell victim to being part of this world and not doing the works of Elijah that they should, not checking in and working. We working with one another on a more closer basis to get the job done. Y'all got your dog now, your house, and the picket fence. But what about your freedom? What about your justice? What about your equality? What about your peace, love, and happiness? And the bottom line is, what about power to affect change and have control? Y'all gave that up, brothers? Huh? Question is, have any of you even purchased any gold water just to help with the battle? It takes money to run these operations. It takes lots of it. I mean, if you're afraid to get out there, take the knowledge that Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave you in the training, then just support, brothers. POPKEYS still on the scene. I get the job done to the best of my ability. With the will of Allah, the job won't get done. I raised my sons and my daughters They out here. They working. Y'all just want things now. You just want to look good. Tell my family first. Nation first. Understand? It's takeover time. Rising from the bottom to the top. Brother say, POPKEYS, that's all I say now, but it's takeover time. Reading, I dropped it out there, everything mathematical, scientific. Plant that seed. It's takeover time. Self-development is key. We want to take over our planet. We want to come from the bottom to the top as a man and a woman. The earth belongs to us. The universe was created from the mind of the gods. We want it back now. We want to tap into all knowledge that's in the ether and draw it back unto us and build a righteous kingdom for our children, for our babies, for our woman. Black man, your suffering is just about over with. Put down the alcohol, put down the drugs, put down your lying, robbing, stealing, and cheating. Make amends for your faults. Get on your purpose. Get on your knees and pray to the Most High. Ask for forgiveness and ask for strength, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Throw away your arrogance. Learn to be humble. Learn to be present. Get on your purpose. Your purpose was period to become here and bring about a complete change. Whatever field of endeavor that you might be on, your main purpose was to come to the planet and sit in the belly of the beast amongst the rebellious and find and figure out my job is to submit and bring about a complete change of righteousness. When everybody going to the left, can I stay on course? You understand? When my pockets are empty, can I stay on course? When I'm tempted, when I'm in need, when I'm a little hungry, when the bills are due, shall I go after the shiny things and take the easy path, or shall I stay the course? Shall I have faith and belief in the righteous according to my nature, knowing I was created righteous, knowing that the earth belongs to the righteous, knowing that the righteous has created amongst himself, around himself, a certain atmosphere. Can I hang on? Understand? Can I walk this path on the straight path without bending over, without becoming a criminal? I say, yes, you can. When I'm looked upon and frowned upon, even by my woman, and vice versa, woman, when your man is calling you bees and everything else, calling himself pimping, can you stay the course? Understand? Can you keep your legs closed? You understand what I'm saying? Black man, black woman, this is our test. This is our test, black people. We have to overcome our ancestors after 400 years of mistreatment when they prayed for one to come. They prayed for men like Master Farad Muhammad, Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali, Fannie Lou Hamer, Shirley Chisholm, Barbara Jordan, Angela Davis, and all these other great men and women, there's so many I can't even remember and name, to come to bring us to this change in 2025, where we have someone sitting in front of us that's telling us straight to our faces, we don't need you anymore. Well, thank you. And we don't want you anymore. Separation is the key now for us. We got enough young people, black people, like-minded to come together and bring about a complete change. All we need is the proper information now on how to grow and develop. Young men, learn to be respectful, respect your mothers, respect your fathers, quit making excuses about your past. Well, we all done had it hard to a degree. This is the highway of life. But I never use it as an excuse to denounce none of my parents or excuse for my faults, and I've had many, and I've overcome many. You understand what I'm saying? Black man, black woman, no more excuses. You the best of the best. You're gods and goddesses. The children that you bringing in, you must set a supreme example for these babies to see and follow you. You have to make a change for your babies. You understand? Black man, black woman, you have to get up out of this religious banging with all these different organizations that we have. Our job is to bring about a change. I don't care what organization you're in. We got the same situation, but we got the same goal. Bring in the righteous kingdom now. Start learn how to grow our own food, pool our own resources. Grow our own food, pool our own resources. Work on self-development. My son is high on technology and AI, use it to the best of our ability to help us reach our goals. Start being kind to one another. Learn how to help one another. Quit buying all that expensive white boy name brand stuff. Start saving your money. Start opening up businesses, purchasing land. When things get tight, we'll be able to sustain ourselves, read and study, obtain knowledge. Take your children to the library, read and study, obtain knowledge. Tap into the technology that's out here, but we want to advance ourselves. We want to go above and beyond what's been put in front of us. If you want to play the political game, use it to benefit us, develop strong leadership, financed and backed by us, develop policy that's going to help us further our goals. If we can use all these little things, but that can't be our ultimate goal. If you want to protest, if it's effective in certain areas, so shall it be. Because I can see good in everybody, even Al Sharpton. I'm not 100% agreeing with the brother. Don't nobody agree with me 100%. But he can be effective when used effectively to bring attention to certain issues that will use you, brother. Understand what I'm saying? If you're effective in politics, you can help us further our means and our goals, but we can reach our point where we can be independent and separate, then we'll work with you. Because everything is necessary. If we don't agree with one area, then we want to shut it down and criticize it. But we had the Dr. Kings, we had the Malcolm, we had the Stokely Carmichael, we had the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we had the Robert Taylors, we had everybody in the movement. You had the James Baldwins, but everybody was on a mission, and everybody was effective as a whole. But we can't just be criticizing everyone because I like this brother over this brother, so I'm gonna knock you down and criticize you. Well, that ain't working. It's not effective. Let's look for the good. How we can be effective and creative to get the job done. We also need to develop a better income. We need to develop housing, food, clothing, and shelter. We should be able to get our own people off the streets of America. Everybody on the streets, I want to play like they on drugs or crazy. Everybody out there ain't crazy. Everybody out there ain't on drugs. I know people that in California that had an income. The rent got raised too high. They couldn't even afford to pay the rent because their income didn't come up. I looked around, man, people's on the streets. Understand what I'm saying? Up on the viaducts and tents and all these type of things. I seen brothers set up tent townships that had structure, clean and well kept, had rules and regulations and no drugs and stuff. And I seen the city come in and shut them down, move them out, shut them down. Good people. They just couldn't afford the rent done jumped 5 times. And their money didn't go up. I seen billions and billions of dollars being poured into programs in California. They're supposed to have been going to help the so-called homeless. And all of it doing is paying top-end salaries between the white liberals who come up out of the suburbs to run these programs. Living good. They're putting their own people on, getting fat checks. And they were giving some of the homeless maybe $100, $750 a month, maybe to rent a bed. And the condition just kept getting worse and worse and worse. A big scam. And the way I can't blame Trump for wanting to shut down the homeless, but they should have a program where people got somewhere to go and get back on their feet, because you can go to Los Angeles. It's terrible. Go to the streets of Oakland. It's terrible. And hundreds of billions of dollars have been allocated. And the heads of these nonprofit programs received all this funding. And the situation just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. In the capitalist society, the real estate brokers are just greedy, raising the rent where you can't afford it, and labeling you and making laws, expanding the prison system, young brothers getting money, and they coming back to the community and running criminal enterprises. What in the hell is wrong with y'all? You supposed to get money and elevate and help bring about a renaissance, a complete change. But y'all want to come and sit at the table and try to be a damn godfather of the criminal enterprise when you could have brought industry in. Everything you all get is coming on you. Snitch label them that's pretending to be tough, or you can sit at the table. The high killers and bang with a brother across town that got a bag or competing with you. Or you could have brought in industry, food, clothing, and shelter, build our own schools to elevate our children with your music. May Allah destroy all of you. But we want equality now. And the only way we're going to get that is we have to separate. And a lot of you brothers are getting money. Learn how to manage your damn money. Sometimes y'all spend it faster than you can get it. Or you've been so deprived, you want to buy every shiny thing you can get your hands on. And then the good brothers that really committed out here, they're really, really, really committed and sincere. They don't get none of that support that they should be receiving. They don't get none of the deals. They don't get none of the sponsorships. They got to do it the hard way. And those are special jobs for a brother and a sister to have. You understand? Because people waiting for you to fail, so I told you so, I told you so. This, that, and another. But you got to think about it, man. You push an issue that won't nobody else even push or afraid to push because they don't want to lose their sponsorships. But you can't even get the sponsorship because you push it against the grain. You telling the people what they need to know. You speaking on the truth. If you're a sellout, if you're a clown, you want to be a buffoon, you want to mix truth and falsehood a little bit every now and then, you get all the support you want. You get all the sponsorships you want. But when you stand true to this here, you understand? Your enemy is constantly finding and looking for you to slip. So he can find a way to attack you. You're going to damn sure make sure you don't get the funding that you need. So your back has got to be with Allah himself. That's where your faith and your belief comes in and where you stay the strongest when shit get tight. Understand? You fear not because you know Allah got you because you know you're doing the right thing. Brothers and sisters, independent for the righteous is the key. And you know, we as the people, we don't like really supporting one another. We'll give you accolades, we'll put the lights down. When it comes to financial support, we don't support those supposed to be supported. You go buy a $500 ticket to see Beyonce running around in a cowboy hat and some damn cowboy boots. Or you support JC, whatever the name is, talking about 444. What the hell that supposed to mean? Add up to 12 to me. Divide it. By 4, you get 3. What that mean? These brothers have got sponsorships to keep us acting like Negroes and hoes in America. But the guys don't get that support. The goddesses don't get that real support. You understand? But one thing I can say, when the white boy hit you, Allah got you though. Understand? That's why I never really worried because he never had me right. When they got hit, well, I ain't panicking. Soldier in, soldier out. Only way I don't come out unless it's the will of Allah. Because I'm doing that which I have deemed to do. I'm on my purpose. And we'll continue to do that. You brothers and sisters, quit getting down on yourself so much. Keep your head up. Stomach in, chest out. Keep your energy. Keep that positive energy and force level within yourself. They ain't going to keep coming every day to discourage you. It'll never fail. But you got to keep your mental power, your spiritual power strong all the time. And say, well, another obstacle. I ain't going to doubt myself. I'll find a way to overcome. Whatever that might be. You understand? Oh, you know, for me, man, I done made it 72, brothers and sisters. I'll be 73 September 17th. I done faced all obstacles. Every last one of them. And overcome all of them like a true champ, like a god. Straight up. The good outweigh the bad. And brought in life, brought in my children, my family. They doing good on the planet, serving the people. And brought people from a dead-minded state, mental, physical, and spiritual. Some of them are doing good on the planet, helping other brothers and sisters to do the same. I've been in service to Allah, the Mahdi, follow the teachings of the most honorable Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, the best I can. I met a lot of great men, great women, you name them, I done met them. And I'm continuing to serve. A lot of my brothers fell to the wayside, but not Brother Captain. So I was born with the spirit of the warrior, not a pretender. So now it's for us to overcome and take over. I'm gonna just give you a few tidbits on what Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, that I'm out of here. You know, we're gonna be all right. At the end of the day, we're gonna be the winners. You young brothers are sitting at home with your mothers, maybe your fathers. Stay strong, man. Stay busy. Learn how to work. Work is necessary. That's how you get to know yourself through your deeds and actions. Use your mind, power. Don't be tempted by temptation out here. Don't be influenced when you know it's not the right thing to do. Say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. You know, and I sit back and think sometimes, brothers and sisters, you know, I got a pretty large family, and I don't work pretty much with everybody in my family in some type of capacity on all sides. I gave them knowledge. I helped them through a lot of different obstacles and stuff like that. You know, but I always wondered, though, I say, why the family ain't never came to see Basit? I went numerous of times to see my family and stuff. I had some come all the way to Georgia and then had the time to come knock on the door. I helped some do life sentences, wisdom and knowledge. I ain't seen them yet. I've been out here serving on the front line for them as well, whether they know it or not. But I ain't seen them yet. You understand what I'm saying? And I love them all. But I'm a soldier for Allah. I guess that's the difference. But let me give you this right quick, what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, and I'm going to close it down, because I intend to overcome any and all obstacles. And can't nobody put no damn price on my value and at my worth but Allah himself. Well, some of you ass wouldn't be here in the first damn place. Trying to put some value on me and lost your damn mind. It says, separate yourself from the slave master, young men, young women, old and young. Time to separate. Because when we integrated, we lost everything. We had our own money. We had our own businesses. We had our own farmland. We had our own food. We had our own house. And then when we integrated through the 60s with the so-called civil rights movement and Mr. King, when he recognized that he had made a mistake. We had our own black entertainment districts. You listen to the elders tell you how people will come from all over the world to the black community. You did. They gave you a glimpse of it like in Harlem Night, just a small little picture of it. I understand they spend money with us. And then we lost it. We lost the money and they gave us welfare. Understand? The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So said Malcolm X. You understand? When they started paying us and feeding us, we lost all power and control. You dig? Some separation is the key. This time we ain't never going back. It says, pool your resources, educational qualifications for independence, brothers, young brothers. Y'all ask the question, here's the answers. Pool your resources. We have been good at doing that, brothers in the nation, of pulling our resources and education and qualifications, forming a strong brotherhood and the sisterhood as well with the MGTs, sisters. Stop forcing yourself into places where you are not wanted. We never did that. We went into places where we were so qualified to where we were needed, but then y'all had to pay us for our qualifications because we were the best of the best. You understand what I'm saying? You might not have liked it, but what our job was, whatever that might have been, you had to pay us for our qualifications. It said, make your own neighborhood a decent place to live. Our neighborhood was always clean, had security, streets are very well swept, cleaned up, painted, lawns manicured. They had the business on each block. It says, I mean, when we would shut down dope houses, they would set up, block down the street. We would take them in. That fruit, black suits, red bow ties. Go knock on the door. You got 20 minutes to shut it down. I advise you to take a look out the front door. Me, I'm standing in that parade dress. 20, 30 brothers, and they'll take a look at your back door too. Now you got 30 minutes, it's got to go, and it was done. Wasn't no crime going on in our community. Wasn't no prostitution going on in our community. He ran 24/7 security. People try to set up shop. Women try to prostitute on San Pablo. You understand? So you got to come off the block, man. Give respect to yourself. You're too beautiful to be out here. Been cussed out, called all type of name up under the sun. I see the sister a couple weeks later going in the store, coming and would apologize. You understand what I'm saying? This is where we got to run and operate right now. We don't need no damn police. We the police. It says unite and create a future for yourself. That's the only future we're going to have unless we come together. And don't make the mistake, we don't need everybody to unite because that's an impossibility. We just need enough of us to come together and form a strong union and base on a collective basis and unite. Sit down and get creative and open up business that's conducive to us, that's going to serve us, and create a product. We had your Black Muslim Bakery, we had the best superfood on the planet. White folk couldn't deny that food. They had to come spend their money. They spent more money in the beginning than black folks. The black people got educated. Understand what I'm saying? Then we had the best customer service. We can give a damn about you being white. We're going to treat you just as well as anybody else coming up in there. Over 7 days a week, in time and on time. Understand? You're supposed to be open up 8 o'clock. We open at 8. By the time you come to our business, hell, it's 8:30. The doors ain't even open. And we had somebody in the bakery 24/7. You can come through there 12 at night, knock on the door, somebody in there, we gonna fix you a sandwich. You dig what I'm saying? Operate 7 days a week, same phone number. Polite customer service, know your name, can call you by name, sharp enough to remember what you like, know how to sell the product, a new item will come online, break it down to you, and hold a decent human conversation with you. Wasn't hitting on every woman coming in, called the beautiful, old, young, all everybody came. From the killers, the soldiers, the politicians, to the activists, to the famous. This is where you go some stores, man. Damn, I don't even know, sister. I did something to you, sister. I don't know. You looking all mad and I won't even speak. You know, I'm big on customer service personally. You know, I'll drive my house and looking and damn. Get your money, don't say thank you. Allah sent that customer to you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, John. John, you tried this new product we got over. You got your fresh spill in the drinks, just freshly made. Try, let me give you a little sample. Yeah, let me cut a piece of this here. This carrot pie. A little sample of that. This time, let me know what you think about it. You understand? You know, we people with a smile. Customer service in the black community is terrible in a lot of cases. Like you hate to see the people come through the door. Well, Allah bless you with that customer. Treat them right. Moving right along, almost finished. Build your own houses, your own homes. Build your own schools, hospitals, and factories. We built our own schools. We had our own homes. We had our one block, an apartment unit, the other block, we had homes, business, and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? These are what we got to start setting up our own little communities, brothers and sisters. Young black men to ask the question, buy some land, buy some farmland, bring your food in there into the cities. Buy the food trucks. But my idea to turn them into vegetable trucks, produce trucks, and go through the community. Ringing the bell, fresh produce, straight from the farm. Get your fresh greens, your fresh eggs, your fresh carrots, your fresh tomatoes straight off the vine. You understand what I'm saying? All your fresh produce, good butter. You understand? Going through the community, get your license. Man, we make killers. The nation got farmland down here in Georgia. Don't tell me what we can't do. We just got to do it now. It says, set up your own schools. We had the best schools, some of the best schools in America. How can I prove that? Well, I got a daughter sitting next to me, and she went to the University of DePaul. Well, she started out in our school, then she went to Mr. Muhammad's Academy in St. Louis, Missouri. Then she went to one of the best high schools in the city of St. Louis. She was taken out of one because I think it was too easy for her, and she went into another one. You wouldn't have 19 keys running around here if he wasn't trained up. School, the black men and women set up, finance our own damn self. Wasn't like Omar Johnson asked for a donation. We just set up our businesses and finance our own school, paid our own teachers, our own mothers and stuff. None of them had degrees, but they know how to teach. Brother Lateef was the principal. He had a degree. Teaching pre-algebra, English, how to think, write, talk, whatever else they needed to do. And they were just in 4th or 5th grade, learning pre-algebra. Put that self-esteem in front of them, for the example of black men and women, taking care of business, the business can take care of us. They had the example of men and women working together on a collective basis. You understand what I'm saying? Run a full-fledged operation that was dangerous and humble and spiritual. Follow the teaching of the most honorable, humble Elijah Muhammad. as the blueprint. Go out and take the babies into the community on the weekend with the FOI. We go into various neighborhoods and various cities, have them suited up, ranked up, walking in formation, paired up, knowing how to cut a corner, how to do a original salute, knowing their general order, ask them who they were. They can tell you exactly who they were. Seeing black men running operations in power. You understand? These are the things we have to do. Set the example in front of our children. Get them out in front of the damn TV and off of these PlayStations. Get them outside, get them some activities, learn, teach them how to share, how to be productive, teach them how to eat to live, eat the best foods. Get them out that fantasy world. Ain't no damn Santa Claus coming down my chimney because I'm blowing him back up if you slide down. Rabbits don't lay no damn eggs. St. Patty definitely ain't coming around in the green. Our 4th of July was our Independence Day when Allah came and declared our independence from this beast. There's a difference. That's why you see the Muhammad move a little different. They spend your money amongst yourselves. Make that money circulate. That's why we got to bring in development, self-development. You need to go to the dentist, go to your own dentist. Go to the doctor. You want to go to the supermarket. Or you want to go to the corner store. Or you want to go to the fruit stand or the bodega. You understand what I'm saying? That money should be circulating amongst ourselves in our community. Damn, man, I had to go 400 miles just to spend $1 with a black-owned business. I go down the street and spend my money all day long with Billy Bob. Sometimes you got to go out your way so we can start building an economic base and circulating that money amongst ourselves, brothers and sisters. These are things, young men and women, that we have to do. Build an economic system amongst ourselves, black people. Set up our own in-house banking. It's necessary. Pool your resources, pool your money, drop money in the pot. Build it up. Decide what you want to put it on, what you want to invest on. This is not hard. We just have to do it, and it don't take everybody. Because it's like it's magnetic. Once you get enough black people doing these type of things and our people start peeping it, they gonna want in. This is the way you do it. We waiting on everybody in America, black in America, to come together and start. No, it don't work like that. We just need enough pockets and example, putting them on the ground. You understand? Pooling our resources and open up things that people can see and relate to and attract to. You understand? They want to be a part of it. And protect your women. We got to protect that woman because she's the producer of our crop, brothers and sisters. You got to bring her on back in. First, we got to get the men to stand up and start doing the things that I just mentioned, and we're going to be just fine. We got some beautiful young men and women out here, and old and young. I've listened to their testimonies. Man, we got what we need. All this other stuff they throw on you every day on Instagram and YouTube with all the foolishness, diss all that. Why they put that positive energy out there for us? If they ain't putting it out there, you start putting it out there. Y'all posting. Put the good out there. You understand? Let the good outweigh the bad. So they feeding our mind with all this negativity, this negative energy, these negative connotations, this negative activity. We ain't the only one that's fighting. We ain't the only one that's sticking up every now and then. White folks doing it bigger than us. Think about it. They outnumber us damn near 10 to 1 in America. But they ain't reporting it because they ain't feeding the minds of their people that foolishness. They only bringing that to us. And you black narrators, to get the lights, to get the viewing artists now, y'all just feeding this crap to us. You understand? You ain't no damn good. As far as I'm concerned, because you corrupting the minds of our people, making them think that's the only thing we moving on to collect the dollar bill. You need to have a damn heart attack, because you all know what you're doing out here, and you're wrong as hell. Every time the issue come up, y'all jump on it and run with it. Well, what's the good? What's the good activity? What's the brilliant minds of our young boys and young girls? That's highly scholastic and brilliant, but you never see them being featured at all. At all. Put that out there, so our children have something to draw from a good. Hell, we ain't the only ones fighting. White folks fighting, that's all they do. Murdering, killing, and maiming, that's all they do. Pedophilia, that's all they do. But now y'all want to highlight us. You understand? Those that are doing good, y'all won't even help. You're trying to find a reason why not to help or to criticize. No, we got some good people out here. We want freedom, justice, and equality. We want our equality. We want our equity. And the only way to get it, we got to quit asking for it. We got to take it. We got to separate and start doing the things I just broke down to you. It ain't got nothing to do with our religions, our beliefs, or the God you believe in. It's nation time. It's takeover time, black people. So I'm highly encouraged, coming from Invest Fest and seeing the minds of our people and how beautiful that really is. I'd like to thank the brothers in the EYL for putting on such a powerful event, and all the people that came out. You know, I think 19 Keys spoke before thousands and thousands of people, brothers and sisters. I broke a message down that was so very relevant to this day and time. You all should support my son's 100 plus 1,000 to the third power. Give him all the support that he needs to continue on and get the job done. Because he done made a lot of sacrifices for you all, whether you know it or not. You know what I mean? This brother took all this finances that he had and put them out here to help you people. You understand? Just buy the product. You all don't want to do nothing else. You brothers that I know, you all should support. I don't hear from none of you brothers, man. Y'all kind of, you know, kind of a little sad to know you brother ain't even supporting a little soldier that some of y'all ain't help raise. Understand? Y'all had a great hand and an example when he seen you brothers out here as men, and he's a child. Y'all was his example. And now y'all become part of this world and forgot your duty. You know, you brothers required to do certain things. The brother teach on Muhammad, that don't go away. That stay there forever. You understand? When you accept it, that's your responsibility. So I hope I made it clear tonight, black people, that we are a special nation of people sitting here in America. Don't count yourself out, count yourself in. You the best of the best. You the ones that the world is waiting on to rise up from the bottom to the top. You young men and you young women, it's on you all now. Rise from the bottom to the top and do good. Yeah, we all gonna make sacrifices, but that's part of the deal. Things should not be your ultimate goal. Freedom, justice, and equality, peace, love, and happiness, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We want to become a power and a force to bring in a complete change. The earth belongs to the righteous. So, as I say Muhammad got the devil on the run. That's right. Run, devil, run. Up, 2, 3, 4, the devil got to go. Another head down, boom, in the bucket. Take over time, black man. You the best of the best. Take over time, black woman. You the divine woman of the whole planet Earth. You the one that bring in all the creativity. That's why they call her she, or the mother of the planet Earth. Allahu Akbar.